To a lot of people, money is a very sensitive topic to talk about. People would go as far as evading the money topic whenever it comes up. It's a repetitive cycle of earning spending to a lot of people. There are only two types of people in terms of handling money. The type that is smart enough to find ways to increase their wealth, and the type that loses money almost instantly after they earn it. Hi, welcome to Grayson Finance. In today's video, we're going to talk about 10 life-changing tips on how to save money. In reality, saving up money is a lot harder than earning money. When someone wins the lottery, it's almost expected of them to lose all of it eventually due to poor financial management. Let's take, for example, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson reportedly earned $300 million from his boxing career during his prime. In 2003, however, he filed for bankruptcy and is reported to have more than $20 million worth of debt. Regardless of how much you earn, money mistakes happen. These mistakes often lead to inevitable money problems in the future, so it's very important to handle finances wisely. Tip number 1, live below your means. While spending a lot of money at once is tempting, especially if you're a young adult earning a stable income for the first time, it's a dangerous life to live for your wallet, as blowing your money out every time may lead to a life of paycheck to paycheck. Spending a lot of money on designer bags, newly released stuff, and limited edition collections can be very bad, especially if your income can't cover the costs of your purchase. To a lot of people, whenever there's an increase in earnings, there's a possibility of a lifestyle inflation, wherein an increase in paycheck means an increase in the cost of living. This shouldn't be the case for you. Instead of giving in to the feeling of rewarding yourself for a good job, this cash inflow should be directed to ways of how you can prolong your wealth. These ways may be in the form of investment or acquiring assets. One of the reasons for spending more money than you can afford is to seek confidence from possessing expensive material things. Social media can be one of those factors of overspending. Impressing other people with buying expensive things for their likes is not good finance. Spending $2,000 on a new gadget is not a good idea if your salary is only $3,000 a month. Your life should not revolve around impressing and showing off material things to other people. You may feel inadequate compared to the others when you don't have an expensive materialistic status symbol with you, but this line of thought is wrong. You shouldn't impress people by buying things with money you don't even have. To achieve financial gratification, forget about impressing other people with material goods. Tip number 2, don't spend your money on drugs and other vices. While doing drugs once or twice in college is all cool and fun, in constant use, it's a heavy issue both for your health and wallet. You may not notice the little but steady amount of money going out of your wallet every time you buy a cigarette, but computing the whole amount of how much you've spent on it in a year may shock you. This amount collectively could have been enough to cover property taxes or a week-long vacation in a fairly expensive place. Most of the time, curiosity and peer pressure urge cigarette smokers to develop a habit of dependency on cigarettes. Nothing positive comes out of this habit. Try to avoid spending money on vices like this as best as you can. Tip number 3, invest wisely. A lot of people invest their money on things based on tips from friends, family, or just a strong conviction that popular stock prices will continue to increase. One of the most popular types of an asset these days is real estate. One mistake that people will think when they're done investing in a property is that income will steadily increase with monthly rent payments. This, however, is not the case. There are always cases of tenants paying late, appliances getting broken, or property value declining. Before investing your hard-earned money, a wise investor should educate themselves on the proper knowledge about a particular product or market. In other words, make sure to check the background on whatever it is you want to invest your money into. Do not base your investments on your friend or a sales agent's tip. Tip number 4, it's unwise to rely heavily on credit cards. While it can be a convenient purchase tool, it's a double-edged sword with the risk of falling into debt. Relying on credit cards is good in moderation. Relying on them heavily, however, can put you in financial ruin. Using credit cards often promotes impulse buying among its holders. You may develop the mentality that you can afford anything with just a quick swipe. You may find yourself in an uncontrollable splurge of credit since you don't really see the depletion of money at an alarming speed from your physical wallet. Tip number 5. There should always be emergency funds. Life is full of unexpected events. In the case of suddenly losing your job, emergency money will help rectify the situation. Not having an emergency fund for an inevitable life twist is a crucial money mistake. Always allocate at least 10% of your salary for inevitable emergency situations like this. Financial gurus suggest that you've saved enough emergency funds if the amount is 6 months' worth of living expenses. To be safer, you can make it a year long. Tip number 6. Have multiple bank accounts. Organizing funds is hard if you only have one bank account. There's a huge temptation of splurging all your cash in one go from your sole bank account. It is suggested that you should have at least 3 bank accounts. One is for daily expenses, the other is for emergency funds, and the last one for vacations and entertainment. Tip number 7. Avoid get-rich-quick investment schemes. These schemes are a sure loss of your money. Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, and make money overnight schemes are all under the get-rich-quick schemes that you want to avoid. These schemes will only get the scheme originator rich, not you. If you see a business venture that is too good to be true, offering high returns with little to no risk, that is for sure one of those schemes. Tip number 8. Don't be scared of taking financial risks. In order to earn money, you need to take risk. This gamble, however, should be well calculated and you need to fully educate yourself with the background of every investment risk. For instance, if you let your money sit in a savings account, it will never grow, even though it is safer for you to allocate your money that way. On the other hand, putting your money in an index fund may be higher risk, but it historically provides returns of 7% annually. This is a good example of an investment that is worth the risk. Tip number 9. Never save rather than invest. You should save to invest, not save for the sake of saving. The only money that should be left in your bank account is for living expenses, emergency funds, and some recreational funds. Leaving your money in a savings account will never make it grow, but can only decrease its value with inflation. When you have money in your account, you are also tempted to buy material goods that are not worthwhile purchases. Investing your money in stocks, startups, or real estate will make that money work for you. Even with all the risks in investing, this is a better method to make your money worthwhile, instead of letting it devalue in a savings account. Tip number 10. Do not rely on only one source of income. In reality, jobs aren't as secure as people think they are. Unprecedented cases like the pandemic may stop your cash inflow if you only rely on your job as a source of income. You should think of yourself as a fruit-bearing plant, producing not just one fruit, but multiple fruits at the same time. You should always look for new ways, be it in the form of investments, whatever will make your income work for you. Thanks for watching! Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified with new helpful videos.